So today's topic is cell. Cell, as we all know, that it is structural and functional unit of all living organism. So structural and functional unit. This is cell. Moreover, it is membrane bound structure. Membrane bound structure, and this cell contains organelles plus the genetic material. Genetic material is being passed on from the one generation to the another generation. So this is organelles as well as genetic material. Now there are two types of cells which we are going to discuss in this lecture. One is prokaryotic cell, the other one is eukaryotic cell. So we are going to discuss two types of cell in this lecture. First of all, I just want to show you the general structure of the cell. So here what it looks like, you can see first of all you can see the cell membrane. This is important. Cell membrane is the protection, basically it provides protection, and moreover it checks the entry of microbes. So it is for checking entry of any microbe or nutrients, any waste product, right? So this is the functioning of the cell membrane, right? Now then you can see there is a structure, centriole. This centriole helps in cell division. Now let me tell you more about it. This centriole produces cilia during interphase of the reaction. Now interphase, you must be knowing, interphase is the part of cell cycle. It is I phase and the other part is M phase. So in interphase it produces cilia. So this is the functioning of centriole, and moreover they produce two more things. One is aster plus the other one is spindle. So spindle formation they also do. So that is why they help in cell division, centrioles. The next structure you can see is ER, endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum basically synthesizes, modifies, folds and transport the proteins. So this is the function of ER, modifying, folding, transporting the proteins, and this ER is being divided into SER and RER, smooth endoplasmic reticulum, rough endoplasmic reticulum. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum is smooth because it do not contain ribosomes, so it helps in majorly in formation of lipids, whereas RER is rough endoplasmic reticulum because it contains ribosomes, so it helps in the functioning formation of proteins, right? Then there is cytoplasm. You can see cytoplasm. This is gel-like fluid which is inside the cell, and cytoplasm is the main arena of the activities, cellular activities. So moreover the organelles, they remain suspended in the cytoplasm. You can see the cytoplasm, this whole is the cytoplasm, and various organelles are being suspended in this cytoplasm, and here cellular respiration takes place. Let me just write cellular respiration takes place in this cytoplasm, and it is where the glycolysis occurs, right, which is the splitting of the glucose. It occurs in the cytoplasm. Now next thing which you can see here is ribosomes. Ribosomes, they are the site of protein synthesis, and moreover here peptide bond formation occurs, so that is why they form proteins, right? Then you can see the structure nucleolus. Nucleolus is very important. Here the ribosomal RNA, which is also known as rRNA, it is being synthesized here, and in this nucleolus you can see it is inside the nucleus. Here the biogenesis of ribosomes also occur. Then the next structure is lysosome. Lysosomes, as you all know, it is suicidal bag of the cell, and it contains the digestive enzymes. Now digestive enzymes, they are very important. Just a minute. Digestive enzymes, and it helps in breakdown of the excess worn out cells in the body, right? Moreover, it also destroys the invading viruses and as well as the bacteria. Then you can see the mitochondria, which is known as powerhouse, because it helps in the ATP synthesis, right? So the energy produced in the mitochondria, this is being stored in the bonds of ATP. So this is again very important organelle. Moreover, you can see the nucleus is having a membrane known as nuclear membrane. This nuclear membrane is having pores in it, and these pores, they help in movement of the substances in and out of the cytoplasm, or inside the nucleus or out of the nucleus into the cytoplasm. It helps in this. And then last is the nucleus. You can see this is having the genetic material, and it occurs, DNA occurs here with the strands of chromatin. Then moreover, there is one more structure, which is Golgi apparatus. Golgi apparatus is there for the modification, then packaging, transport of proteins as well as lipids. This is important, not only proteins but also the lipids. So this is thing. So this is the whole the structure of a generalized cell, you can see, right? But as I told you, the cell is being divided into two types. One is prokaryotic cell and the other one is eukaryotic cell. So let us understand something about the prokaryotic cell. So here you can see the structure of a prokaryotic cell, and first of all you can see the chromosome, which is nucleoid region. This one is important. We use the term nucleoid here because the nucleus is not proper, or you can say it is, this region is basically irregularly just a minute. So this region is irregularly shaped region, right? So this contains most of the genetic material, or sometimes all of the genetic material here, but it is not concentrated over, or it is not properly developed. You can say it is not having a well-defined membrane, right? Then next structure is pili. Pili is basically hair-like structure, and it helps in basically movement of the cell. Moreover, it also helps in adhesion of the cell, to various regions, right? This pili contains special protein known as pillin protein. So it is having a protein known as pillin, right? Then you can see ribosomes. Ribosomes, we all know, we have already done ribosomes. They help in protein synthesis. Then there is a food granule. You can see it is basically a storage granule which stores the food, right? Nutrients and reserves food in the form of glycogen, maybe lipids, right? Then you can see there is a flagella. This is basically thread-like structure. You can see this one, right? This flagella helps in locomotion of the cell, right? Locomotion of the cell, whole cell. Sometimes this flagella plays sensory role as well, right? Then you can see the structure here, capsule, which is also called as slime layer. You can see these structures, capsule, there's a cell wall, there's a cell membrane, right? So this capsule, first of all we'll talk about this capsule or slime layer. It is basically made up of polysaccharides, right? Polysaccharides, and it traps the nutrients because it is made up of polysaccharide and is helping trapping the nutrients, and it helps in the motility of the cell, movement of the cell, right? Then cell wall, its main function is protection, and is protective in function basically, and moreover it also gives shape to the cell, so it helps in maintaining the shape of the cell, right? Then is the plasma membrane. This is, as we all know, this is a phospholipid bilayer membrane, phospholipid bilayer, and proteins are embedded in this membrane, and it, right? Then we can see the cytoplasm. We have already seen this cytoplasm. So it is actually a gel-like material where all the activities occur here. So that is why it is main arena of cellular activities here. The most important thing in this is the plasmid DNA, which was not in the earlier cell because it was a eukaryotic cell. Here we are talking about the prokaryotic cell. So this plasmid DNA is basically the small DNA which is circular, and moreover it is double-stranded DNA, mind it, double-stranded DNA, right? And it is having the genes. This plasmid is having a special property because plasmid DNA is having they are having some genes which provide antibiotic resistance to this bacterial cell, right? So this is the structure of the prokaryotic cell. Now we are going to discuss the next type of cell, which is eukaryotic cell. So let us move towards the next cell, eukaryotic cell. Now here you can see, though we have done earlier the eukaryotic cell, but here I will talk with reference to the animal cell, especially the animal cell. So it is the eukaryotic cell, right? And I have taken here the animal cell, though there can be plant cell as well, right? So here first of all you can see a pinocytotic vesicle where you can see there occurs the invagination of the cell membrane. Here occurs the invagination of the cell membrane, and due to this whenever some small particle or water droplets they come near this membrane, so this invagination takes place, and this will lead to formation of a vesicle. You can see here is the vesicle which has been formed, right? So this pinocytotic process is also known as cell drinking, right? This is important part of the activity of the cell, right? Then you can see mitochondrion, we have already done this one, Golgi apparatus done, nucleolus bhi ho chuka hai, nucleus is also done, and centrioles we have already done this. Like this, at this point they have shown us two centrioles. You can see there are two centrioles. Centrioles, they help in cell division because they help in formation of spindle as well as aster. Moreover, they also produce cilia. Here they are composed of 9 microtubules and triplets. So these are in triplets, in a pair of 3. Then you can see there are some microtubules and cytoplasm, ribosome where protein synthesis occurs. Then there is a cell membrane which is also known as plasma membrane. This we have already talked about. We have also talked about the rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum, right? So this is the structure of a eukaryotic cell, which is actually animal cell, right?